Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video, I'm going to be testing out a super safe Pokemon in the Sinnoh Cup, which is Wormadam Trash. Wormadam Trash is only weak to fire, which is not so common in the Sinnoh Cup. So let's get into the battles. In the first battle, I'm having a matchup with the Drifblim. Drifblim is definitely a monster in the Sinnoh Cup. It completely was Gastrodon and Toxicroak, which are both super popular in the Sinnoh Cup. So I'm also running my own Drifblim in the back paired up with Gastrodon to balance out my team. Basically, Wormadam Trash is a steel bug type, so it only has one weakness, which is fire. However, it is double weak to fire. Luckily, there aren't that many fire type Pokemons in the Sinnoh Cup, so Wormadam is super safe. On top of that, Wormadam also is really bulky. This one I'm using here is not necessarily XL, it's a lucky Wormadam, so it's powered up to this CP under level 40. So if you have an XL Wormadam, it could be even better, but I found the bulk it has really doesn't require XL. It is really expensive, so if you don't have XL, that's totally okay. So another thing with Wormadam is you have access to Confusion as its fast move, so in matchups with Toxicroak, it's really good. However, Wormadam could be in a less favorable situation if the opponent is using a Steel type or Dark type, because Steel and Dark also resists Confusion. But you do have Bug Buzz, which is recently buffed, and you can do super effective against dark types, or if the opponent is using a dark poison, you can do neutral, so which is really good. Now, I'm going to be showcasing a full set of battles, so five battles in total in today's video. In the next battle here, I'm having a matchup with the Sinnoh, which is super positive for me, having that Steel type and a Bug type combination. Wormadam resists all the moves from a Sinnoh, and as you can see there, a Weather Ball did a teeny tiny amount to my Wormadam thanks to Wormadam's bulk, and the opponent switched to a Gastrodon, which can do neutral damage to my Wormadam because Wormadam does have the bug typing which can resist ground type attacks, which is really nice. And because I do have my own Drifblim, so I just conveniently switch to that to totally wall the opponent's Gastrodon. But keep this in mind. Now, I feel recently many Gastrodons are running water pools because people are realizing that Drifblim is super popular and it can totally wall the Gastrodon's moves if it doesn't run water pools, so keep that in mind. Let's see what the opponent do. The opponent decided to switch back to their Sinnoh, but I farmed a lot, so now I definitely have energy to throw this Shadow Ball, and it landed, which is super good for me. Now I decided to use a shield because I still have 2 shields left, and if I use the shield and take the switched advantage, I still have a lot of energy left for the next Pokemon. The opponent is using a Toxicroak as their last Pokemon, so this is pretty much GG's at this point. I feel like Sinnoh Cup is still a bit rock paper scissors. There is definitely skills, there is definitely better team lines. However, if you are in a devastating situation where you get totally warned, there is pretty much nothing you can do. And as you can see there, Wormadam is just really bulky. It just took a neutral Mud Bomb from a Toxicroak without any problems, even though it's not stab. However, Toxicroak is really attack oriented, so that's pretty good. Now, I reckon this matchup is a bit tough on my side, because Wormadam can only do neutral damage with its Iron Head, and Wormadam is definitely not the most spammy Pokemon here in the Sinnoh Cup. And really, this will be a lost lead. However, I really cannot switch to any of my back Pokemons, reasons being my only answer to a Purple Pass. Sorry, I just forgot the Pokemon's name. My only answer on my team to a Purple Pass is my Gastrodon, and if I switch to my Gastrodon immediately, then the opponents will probably switch to a hard counter, and then the opponents, well, surprisingly, they switched to a Empoleon. I'm thinking they probably don't have a hard counter to Gastrodon and see what they do, and they spend a shield. I probably made a mistake there. I should have thrown a body slam even though it's resisted, because the opponent still had 2 shields, so chances are they are going to use one. And now the opponent is using Bronzong. Bronzong is, I reckon like it's not as common as other Pokemons we just discussed in the Sinnoh Cup. It is amazing. It has good bulk, it has high damage, fast move, confusion. However, I feel it's not necessarily as good as Wormadam in this cup, because it is weak to ghost type attacks, and there are quite a few ghosts in this Sinnoh Cup. However, Wormadam is only weak to fire. And that's the reason why I feel Wormadam is probably better if you want to use a steel / confusion user. Now, the opponents switched to their Purple Pass, so now I can confidently switch in my hard counter. And there, I decided to change my Wi-Fi to my data. I believe I later changed my data to my Wi-Fi, just because the lag is so bad. And just letting you guys know, I'm based in Sydney, Australia, and in Australia we say data, not data. That's just my language. Sorry. In case you are wondering what is data, data is basically data. Sorry. That's that. The opponents switched to a really hard counter. But it doesn't really matter, the switch clock is up, so I switched back to my Wormadam, and I can now safely throw Iron Heads to do some neutral damage. The opponent switched to a Bastiodon, which is not too bad. I still have 2 shields, and also I have my Gastrodon. As you can see there, I need to switch back to my data, so I'm not quite sure if it's my internet or anything. And as you can see there, it just happened. My Iron Head damage didn't register. The first Iron Head didn't cause any damage, and the first caused some damage, and then the opponent didn't use a shield at all. So I mean, this has been going on for quite a while now. Like, I had so many battles lost due to situations like that, but I guess it's just what it is. Sorry. It's not good, but there isn't much I can do about it. It's really good that I still have 2 shields up, so I can safely shield 2 stone edges from the Bastiodon and take it out. Now, it's probably not as bad as it looks like, because Drift Beam has a bit of HP. Its defense stats is not good, but it does have a lot of HP. So in a matchup against Bastiodon, if your Drift Beam has energy advantage and health advantage, there is a good chance that you can take it out. So no problems. Now, then the opponent switched to a Drapion and a Shadow, and that I switched to my Gastrodon to hard counter them. They threw a Crunch, which lowered my defense. That's okay. If I want to win the switch advantage, I can safely use a shield here and just fast move down. Or not. I decided to use a shield there because in this particular scenario, I believe I do need to maintain the switch advantage to line up my correct Pokemon against the opponents. The opponents switched back to a Toxic Rock. I'm assuming they probably don't have a good answer to ground types, so I decided to save my Gastrodon and switch back to my Wormadam. Then the opponent switched to a Fire type. Now you can see this is a hard counter to Wormadam, and it does a lot of damage with fire attacks, but it doesn't really matter. I still have a super healthy Drift Beam in the back, and Drift Beam with energy advantage or health advantage can really sweep. Now there isn't much the opponent can do, and they left the game. So yeah, that's all the battles I'm showcasing today. Thank you so much for watching. I do recommend using Wormadam in the Sinnoh Cup. It is really fun and it is super easy to use. If you have one, definitely try it out. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.